Hi, am I on the air?
Yep.
Fuck.
Thanks.
Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
John, I got you.
John, do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest necks on the cloud. Am I in the air? Sunday nights, prime time. I flex my better. Voltron transform to DX Don. Mega and off-scene. You probably think I'm nice, cause I slow like a stream to your wireless device. And the smoke full of steam on any given night. How short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about, I tune in and tune the rest out. Done. You gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air.
Hi, am I on the air?
Aw, don't you dare be sour. Clap for the best entertainment show on the interwebs and feel the power. It's a new Am I on the Air? Yes, it is. That's right. Welcome, everybody, to the show. It is Am I on the Air? I'm your host, Don Mega, and we're broadcasting live here from the Red Dragons Radio Studios here in lovely Tucson, Arizona, on this Monday, May the 20th. And tonight, it's Season 18, Episode 15, and tonight's show is titled Excommunicado. That's right, and if you've seen the John Wick franchise, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because that's going to be one of the reviews we're going to have here, the number one movie in America, John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. I'm also going to be reviewing Long Shot, so two big movie reviews for you, and then, of course, the last week in entertainment news, television, movies, everything that's going down. It's what I bring you right here on Am I on the Air? So thank you, and warm welcome once again to the show. It's a late night, Monday night, it's 11 p.m., kicking back, deciding to do this show tonight and bring you all the information that you need. That's right, back on our regular schedule, ready to put it down. So, first of all, I want to shout out Stardust once again. Remember, Stardust is a really cool app, and if you're not on it, I don't know what you're waiting for. If you listen to this show, I think Stardust would be something you totally want to have a part of. It's a really cool app that you download on your tablet, on your phone, whatever, and you can watch 30-second mini reviews for television, for movies, for trailer reviews even, on Stardust. And I am on there. I love it. Whenever I watch a new movie or a show or a trailer, I drop my reaction on Stardust, and what I love about it is the fact that it's just 30 seconds. It's very easy to just get someone's quick opinion on what's hot and what's not. And so all I can do is recommend that you download the Stardust app, give me a follow. I'm on there. It's simply Don Mega, DonMega, and I will follow you back. Now, of course, I got two big movie reviews for you that we talked about at the top of the show, and I'm going to kick it right off with the number one movie in America. This is the movie that, after in its fourth week, finally dethroned Avengers Endgame. That's right, Avengers Endgame, which has been unstoppable. It's the second biggest movie of all time, and might even catch Avatar to become the biggest movie of all time. It's going to be close, man. It's going to be very, very close. But it is number two on the worldwide box office. But then this little movie came along, John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. That's right. This is the franchise that is proving what sequels can do when they're done right. John Wick 1 was this little film. The trailer dropped like a month before the movie came out. And I remember being like, this movie looks really damn cool. It's this little action film with Keanu Reeves. let's see. Let's go check it out. Let's go see what this is all about. And I remember going to the movies and just being blown away by this John Wick character and really being like, damn, Keanu just found his new Neo, right? He finally found a franchise that he really stands out in. So John Wick comes out, it's incredible. But unfortunately, it only makes $14 million in its debut. You know, it chugs along for a couple weeks and it makes an okay, barely just a little bit of profit. But the studio believes in it and they say, we're going to make John Wick Chapter 2. And a couple years ago, Chapter 2 comes out. And it makes double the money, right? So John Wick 1 makes 14. John Wick 2, $30 million. So still an average opening. But these are kind of low-budgety films. And but it's on the uptake, right? It doubled its money from the first film. People are loving it. I love John Wick 2. I think John Wick 2 is the superior film. It's so good. And then now we have John Wick 3, which just hit theaters this past weekend. And this movie debuts to $50 million. So, hot damn. I mean, really, like, what movie... And I'm sorry, not just $50 million, $57 million. What other franchise do you know that just ticks up like that? You know what I mean? Usually movies hit really big, and then with each sequel, they kind of go down in profit. They go down in their opening weekend. Not the John Wick movies. These things, man. 14 to 30 to 57. Now, with that kind of money, it's no shock that earlier today, it was breaking news that Lionsgate and the studios behind it have already confirmed that John Wick Chapter 4 is going to be hitting theaters in 2021. So we are getting another one. You know, it didn't take them very long, man. They just had to see those opening weekend receipts and then be like, yep, let's sign this baby up. And they've already confirmed that Keanu Reeves is coming back, the director's coming back. So obviously this has probably already been in the works. They just wanted to get through this weekend to announce it, and good on them. I will say John Wick Chapter 3 is fantastic. This is now one of the best trilogies ever. Easily. John Wick 1, 2, and 3 are fantastic movies. I've heard a couple people tell me like, oh, they didn't care for 3 too much because it's just a bunch of action. Yes, it is a bunch of action. I've heard some people say, oh, there's not much of a story. No, there's not much of a story. If you've seen John Wick Chapter 2 and you know how that movie ends, that's the story for this movie. We don't need anything else. It is literally what you wanted and what you expected coming out of 2. And I was fully satisfied. Keanu is so meant to be John Wick. He kicks so much ass in this role. We all know he's not the strongest actor. And he gets away with it in this role, though, because he doesn't need to do very much. I think he says like 5 lines of dialogue in the entire movie. He does not need to do very much at all in these things other than kick ass. And kick ass he does. You know, Ian McShane is fantastic in this series. All the side characters that they get in these movies are fantastic. The action is unlike anything you've ever seen in any movie. It is so clean. It is so crisp. There's no shaky cam here. It's so fantastic. You feel every punch. You feel every kick. You feel every slice. All the violence. You feel it. And man, it is so ultra realistic that I'm watching it in the theater in IMAX this past Friday. And every single time things were happening, I'm like, oh, ah, ooh, I'm clapping. I'm like going along with the ride, man. And me and my friends, we were just having a blast, just kind of like feeling the fights and going along with the emotion. And there's no other movies, there's no other action movies that you just get this audible, like gut-wrenching reaction to where some of the stuff you're cringing and you're like, oh my god, and then other stuff you're like, what? Like, I mean, it's incredible the range of emotions you have watching films like this. in the end of the day, this movie sets up exactly for another sequel, which we just talked about, and it gets you ready for the next chapter, man. And boy, am I ready. I loved John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum and would give it 5 gunshots out of 5 gunshots, or 5 headshots out of 5 headshots, 5 knives out of 5 knives, 5 horse kicks out of 5 horse kicks, 5 ninjas out of 5 ninjas. This movie just phenomenal on so many levels. I cannot wait to see it again and just witness these fights. Oh my god, just amazing, 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 amazing. So 5 out of 5 stars for me on John Wick Chapter 3. It was awesome. Now I'm going to go completely different than John Wick. And I know I'm a little bit late on this one. This movie came out about 2 weeks ago, and it's Long Shot, the new movie, the new comedy starring Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron. And I loved the trailer for this movie ever since it came out. I thought it was an interesting pairing to have these two together. I love the concept of it. Basically, you have Charlize Theron, who's Secretary of State. She is looking to become president. And she used to, way back in the day, she used to babysit for Seth Rogen's character, who has a massive crush on her. They haven't seen each other in many, many years, but they bump into each other at a party. And since she wants to run for president, they're doing all these stats on her. And one of the things they figure out is that the public does not think she's very funny. So she wants some writers to help kind of punch up her speeches. And it just so happens that Seth Rogen's character is a writer. And she asked him to join her, staff and basically help punch up her scripts and stuff, which he does. And of course, the kind of romantic comedy kind of side comes into play, the will they, won't they kind of thing, and what will it do for her career if she's seen with the weird frumpy guy, you know what I mean? So, I gotta tell you, I was looking forward to this movie and I knew it would be funny, but man, I did not know how funny it would be. I laughed my ass off at this movie. The chemistry between Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron is incredible. She is so good in this movie, and I love Seth Rogen. There's not many films he has that I don't like. He's just that everyman, and that's what we love about him. And he's so good in this movie too. All the supporting characters are fantastic in this movie. O'Shea Jackson Jr., Ice Cube's son, is in this movie, and he plays Seth Rogen's best friend, and he is a standout in this movie. He's not in it a ton, but when he's on the screen and when he's doing his thing, you're laughing your ass off. He's great in this. I had such a blast with this film, man. I walked out with a grin on my face, so happy. This is the best comedy of the year so far. I cannot recommend this movie enough to you guys. If you love comedies, if you like a real good romantic comedy, this is the movie, man. This is the movie for you. See Long Shot. I gave Long Shot 5 out of 5 stars as well. Remember, especially with comedies, I judge them and I rate my stars based on my laugh factor. How much do I laugh? And based on the premise of how it all comes together. And I thought they just did a fantastic job with this film and really knocked it out the park. So what else could I do but a 5 out of 5? So there you go. It was a great weekend at the movies for me, man. 2 5-star movies. That's a very rare thing, man. It's like catching a Pokemon. It is very, very rare. John Wick Chapter 3 and Long Shot, both 5-star films. Catch them at your local Cinemaplex as soon as possible. I think you will enjoy both of them very, very much. Okay, now with our movie reviews out the way, let's go ahead and shift gears and we'll get into our news wrap-up of the last week. So FX has a new show coming out called Mrs. America, which has Cate Blanchett in the lead. They've just added Sarah Paulson and James Marsden to the cast. Uzo Aduba and Rose Byrne have also officially joined. So, man, they're stacking up the cast real nice on this one. Disney president Bob Iger has stated that there will probably be a potential third live-action Star Wars series in the works for their Disney Plus service. So they are cooking something up, so pretty interesting, and love hearing that news on the Star Wars front. Brianna Hildebrand and Lana Condor are set to star in a new comedy called Girls' Night, so that would be pretty cool. Mortal Kombat. Are you ready? Mortal Kombat! It's finally happening. The reboot is set to begin shooting later this year. That's right. It will be produced by James Wan, which makes me feel really good about it. And man, I cannot wait. It's going to come out in 2021, and boy, am I excited for some Mortal Kombat back up on the big screen. Ryan Reynolds has started shooting his new comedy, Free Guy. That's right. It is a big ensemble comedy that they're putting together, and Taika Waititi's involved, and some people from Stranger Things, and it just should be a pretty cool production, so they just started filming on that one. The film A Naked Singularity has just added Bill Skarsgård to the cast. Don't know much else about that. Marvel's Runaways Season 3 has officially begun production. That's right, so they're working on that right now, which will be out later in the year on Hulu. The next Star Wars movies have officially been confirmed to be from the Game of Thrones creators. That's right. So that new trilogy and the new batch of movies that are coming out in a couple years are going to be the trilogy from the Game of Thrones creators. Fox has released the trailers for 8 of their new fall and mid-season series. So we got that all posted up on our social media. Remember, all this news and different things for you to check out are all over our social media, primarily our Twitter. So twitter.com/amiontheair and facebook.com/amiontheair as well. So if there's anything you want to learn more about, look into the articles more, watch any trailers of, just click on our social media and get the details. The Walt Disney Company is set to assume full control of Hulu after a Comcast deal. That's right. Remember, Disney owned a piece of Hulu and so did Comcast. But then with Disney buying out Fox, they got primary ownership of Hulu. So Comcast has basically come to the table and said, you know what? We're going to leave. We're going to back out. And we're going to let you have Hulu all to yourself. So they have given up the ownership effective immediately, and Disney Company is running Hulu right now. And yeah, so pretty cool. They already had, like I said, majority stake in it, but now they officially run it 100%. So good for Disney. I love me some Hulu. Emma Thompson is in talks to join Emma Stone in the Disney live action version of 101 Dalmatians prequel, which is going to be called Cruella. So that'll be a good addition there. We have the Red Band trailer for The Dead Don't Die. We have the trailer for Beats, which is the new Anthony Anderson Netflix movie that's coming out. Production on James Bond 25 has shut down temporarily after Daniel Craig has been injured on set. So, man, we've waited so long for this damn movie. They just started filming it, and Daniel Craig is hurt already. So, who knows how long this will be? We haven't heard any other status on this other than he got hurt. Disney is reportedly developing... Oh, excuse me, man. I am tired. Disney is reportedly developing a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids reboot with Josh Gad. I love this. Josh Gad is super funny, and I can totally see him leading this. And I think it's time for a reboot of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It would be very, very cool, so I'm totally on board for this. The show The Bold Type has been renewed for Season 4 over on Freeform. You can now watch some new ABC trailers as well, like Kobe Smolder's new show Stumptown, which the trailer was okay. The trailer for the spinoff for Blackish Mixedish, which once again, the trailer was okay. The trailer for Emergence and some other ones. We have your nominees, the full list of nominations for the MTV Movie and Video movie and TV awards, and Riverdale, Game of Thrones among the nominees there. So go ahead to see the full nominees. Click on the article and check that out. Let's see. The Conners. Season 2 is going to expand as the network has ordered basically a full season. So this is one of those shows that for the last year, I think it only had like 12 episodes maybe. It looks like they're going to do a full like 20-something episodes for the new season. The new show Whiskey Cavalier has been canceled, and ABC boss says that it was a very tough decision. He says that a lot of people really liked the show. The people that were watching really dug it, but just not enough people were watching to really, financially keep it going. So unfortunately, they had to cancel it. Tiffany Haddish is set to host Kids Say the Darndest Things revival over at ABC. So that'll be interesting. Freeform has also renewed Siren for Season 3. We have the first trailer for the Party of Five reboot that's coming to Freeform. ABC's fall schedule has been revealed, so check that out. Hannah Gadsby comedy special Douglas is coming to Netflix in 2020. We have the teaser for Beverly Hills 90210. The gang is back together, so check that out. That'll be pretty interesting there. We got the Fox trailers. You can check out Michael Sheen's Prodigal Son, Brittany Snow's Not Just Me, and a bunch more, so check those out. Stan Lee's former business manager has been charged with elder abuse, including fraud, against Stan Lee, so I'm glad that they're going after this bastard. ABC will likely stick with the hostless format over at the Oscars, so hey, it worked really well. I don't see why else they'd want to change that. Why not? Might as well keep it that way. CBS has confirmed that the new Star Trek Picard series will officially just be titled Star Trek Picard. So that'll be out later this year on CBS All Access. We have everything coming and going to Hulu in June. The CW is not renewing its streaming deal with Netflix. So what does that mean? That means, right now they have a streaming deal with Netflix, which means whenever the shows are done airing on television and in their current seasons, they go immediately to the Netflix output. But they're not renewing their deal, and then they're going to be able to shop around. And this is also going to include all the new shows that they're going to do. So, like, for example, Batwoman is coming out later this year. It won't be going to Netflix, although Netflix could bid for it. But most likely, Batgirl will go to the DC Universe app, because why not? DC has their own app. So if anybody's going to stream it, it should probably be that. But then you have like the Riverdale spinoff, Katie Keene, and there's a couple other new shows. Basically, any streamer can bid for them at this point. So it's up to whoever wants it. So not saying that they won't go find their way back to Netflix, but it will not be automatic anymore. The new Scooby-Doo animated film titled Scoob has added Ian Armitage and McKenna Grace to the voice cast. They're actually really stacking this voice cast for this thing, by the way. Got an article up with James Gunn talking about writing Suicide Squad and, of course, working things out with Disney to come back for Guardians of the Galaxy. The Snowpiercer TV series has been moving to a new network. It's now going to be on TBS, and they've already renewed it for Season 2. So, man, they must love what they got on this thing. Jermaine Clement is boarding the Avatar sequels. He'll be playing a Pandora marine biologist. So that's pretty cool. Jermaine is a really cool actor, so I'd love to see him added to Avatar. Bill Murray says that he would appear in the new Ghostbusters movie if they ask him. So we'll see if they do. I hope they do. Rick and Morty will be returning for a new season, for Season 4 this November. Jendi Taravaski's animated series Primal has been ordered by Adult Swim. Grey's Anatomy and Station 19 will cross over every single week in the new season. So that's pretty intense right there. The All That reboot will premiere in June over on Nickelodeon. Chad Stahelski, director of the John Wick movies, still says he's doing the Highlander reboot, and he really hopes to not, quote, fuck it up. So, hey, Chad, we hope you don't either, but if you do this movie anywhere near with the love you do the John Wick movies, you're in good hands, my friend. Roland Emmerich says that his new movie, Moonfall, is a mix between 2012 and Independence Day. So very interesting there. It's an interesting mix. With Roland Emmerich, we know what he loves to do, and that's blow shit up. For sure. We have your Season 5 trailer for Black Mirror, which I'm very excited about, although it's going to be a very short season. I think the trailer says it's only 3 episodes, so that'll be interesting. We got an article up with the CBS boss defending bringing back the Michael Weatherly show Bull for Season 4, even through all the controversy, so check that out if you want to know more. Madam Secretary is set to end with Season 6, so they're going to be wrapping that one up. Actress Cilla Ward is exiting the show FBI after just her first season. She will not be back for Season 2. Season 5 of Black Mirror will premiere in June, over on Netflix, of course. The Avengers Endgame directors hint that the new Loki series for Disney Plus could feature Captain America. That's right. If you've seen Endgame, you know Cap has to get something done in the movie, which could lead him to the Loki show. So that's a very interesting idea. And man, how cool would it be to see Chris Evans to pop up in this TV show? Huh? I think it'd be pretty cool. Here's where this gets interesting. So, out of nowhere, we find out the news the other day that it looks like Robert Pattinson is going to be the new Batman for Matt Reeves' Batman movie. The Batman. Boy, torn is the word that I want to say. I am not really a fan of Robert Pattinson. And it's not necessarily to just be like, oh, I don't like him because he's the Twilight guy. He just doesn't really do anything for me. I know he's gotten better. I know he's picked better projects lately. I do still need to see Good Time. I know that's the one everybody says, watch Good Time. It's on my queue on Amazon Prime. I will watch that. But overall, I just don't see him as Batman. I'm still a little bit bummed over Ben Affleck leaving because I think he should have stayed on for the foreseeable future. I get that they want to go younger for this Batman movie, but Robert Pattinson, really? I just don't see it. But for everybody else that's feeling the way I do, I'm trying to keep an open mind. I've told many of my friends that have also complained, like, hey, we laugh now, but in 2 years, this guy's going to probably be up for like an Oscar for being the best Batman ever, right? We never know. You never know what's going to happen. I think with casting, excuse me, once again, I think with castings, it's easy to make snap judgments, but we've seen and we know lately that a lot of the times they really do a great job with it, and there's a reason for what they do. Matt Reeves is a fantastic director. He's a good writer. And if he thinks that Robert Pattinson is his guy, then I have to believe in that. So, Robert, I will give you the benefit of the doubt. And I hope that you can crush it as Batman. Because if you fuck it up, it's going to really suck. So, we're also hearing the rumors that Penguin and Catwoman might be the two main villains for the new Batman movie as well. So we're on an interesting track for the upcoming Batman prequel, reboot, whatever you want to call it. The Thai heist movie Bad Genius is getting an English remake. AMC greenlights a new anthology drama from the Black Mirror writer. We have your first look at Emma Thompson's new HBO drama, Years and Years. You can check out that trailer as well. Amazon Prime has canceled The Tick after just 2 seasons. David Alan Grier is joining the Netflix comedy Coffee and Kareem. Miracle Workers has been renewed for a second season over at TBS. Fox is in development on a Goon movie. That's right. Not the Goon, Sean William Scott ice skating, not ice skating, but hockey movie. But the Goon is an animated thing. I don't know much about it, but I know a lot of people are stoked about it. So there you go. They're making it a movie. God damn, I'm tired. Ali Wong and Randall Park are reconnecting in the new Always Be My Maybe trailer. That's right. I actually really, really dug this trailer. It's another new romantic comedy. But Randall Park is so damn funny, and so is Ali Wong, and putting them together in this kind of a movie that's going to be on Netflix. Perfect match. Always Be My Maybe. The movie comes out in June. Check out the trailer right now. Disenchantment is returning to Netflix in September. We have the CW fall schedule for their 2019-2020 season. Lionsgate, check this out, is teaming with Chris Rock for a new Saw movie. That's right. They're going to do a new Saw movie. From my understanding, because I've seen a lot of conflicting reports about this is not a reboot. It's not a remake. This actually takes place in the same Saw universe as the other movies did, but it's a new take on it. So kind of a spinoff, but also in the vein of Saw. So take that for what you will. And if you're laughing going, Chris Rock, think about it. Jordan Peele, same thing. Comedian, goes and does a horror movie. Next year makes another horror movie that everybody loves. It's Jordan Peele all over again, guys. But hey, Chris Rock supposedly went to Lionsgate and said, hey, I got this idea. And they loved it. So if they loved it, I love it. Let's see what Chris Rock can bring to the Saw franchise. Let's see here. Stefano Sollima is set to direct Colt, which is going to be based on a Western concept by Sergio Leone. James Wan is set to direct and executive produce the debut episode of The Magic Order. That's right. Netflix is doing The Magic Order, which is a Mark Millar comic book. And, man, once again, getting James Wan, who is just the hotness out there in Hollywood right now. Put his name on anything, you're ready to go. But that's going to be really cool. I can't wait to see what he does with The Magic Order. We have your exclusive first look trailer, extended trailer of Batwoman, which I actually thought looked really, really good. So check that out. We also have the Batman Hush trailer for the new animated movie, along with the first trailer for Angel Has Fallen. That's right, the third movie in the Olympus Has Fallen franchise. We had Olympus Has Fallen, we had London Had Fallen, and now we get Angel Has Fallen. I love this trailer. I think it looks really, really good. So I'm on board, man. Check out this trailer if you haven't seen it. Kevin Feige says that there's still plans to use the real Mandarin in the MCU. So that's really cool to hear. We have the first trailer for Daughter of the Wolf, which is a new Gina Carano movie. There will likely be crossovers between Riverdale and Katie Keene, so look out for that. Arrowverse. So every year they do a big crossover, right? We already know that the next crossover is going to be Crisis on Infinite Earths. Well, now we found out that it's going to be a 5-part crossover that will include Legends of Tomorrow as well this go around. So it's going to actually cross over between Arrow, The Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, and the new Batwoman show. So 5 shows, and it's supposedly going to start at the end of one season and roll over the Christmas break and then continue when they come back like a month later. So that's going to probably piss me off, because I'm like, the whole cool thing about these crossovers is it's like a week event, and you're like, every night you're watching a piece of it. If it's going to stop for over a month and then you have to continue later, that really blows. So we'll see if they keep up with that. But I do love the sounds of a 5-series crossover. So that's going to be pretty damn awesome. Let's see. Excuse me once again. Lucy Hale and Robbie Amell are set to star in an adaptation of the best-selling rom-com The Hating Game. We have an article up from Zoe Saldana to Vin Diesel. Everyone confirmed to be appearing in James Cameron's Avatar sequels, so check that out. Michael Fassbender, Jamie Foxx, and Peter Dinklage are in talks for Mel Gibson's The Wild Bunch remake that he's working on. So that's a hell of a cast if he gets that going. Hulu and Fox 21 are developing a series adaptation of Stephen King's Eyes of the Dragon. Glenn Close and Mila Kunis are set to star in a new drama called 4 Good Days. Rosa Salazar, who was in Alita Battle Angel, she was Alita. She's been cast in a new dramedy called The Bang Bang Girls. The Jacob's Ladder remake is slated for an August release date. Gunpowder Milkshake has added Carla Gugino to the all-star female ensemble. So, man, they just keep stacking this thing every week. The Masters of the Universe He-Man movie officially slated from Sony Pictures for 2021. So there you go. Director Tom McGrath is returning for Boss Baby 2. That's right, we're getting Boss Baby 2. You were waiting, and now you got it. Harvey Keitel is set to star in a new biopic about the notorious gangster Meyer Lansky. Michelle Rodriguez has joined up for Fast and Furious 9 after, I guess, she was petitioning to leave until a female writer was hired and put in some good female stuff into Fast and Furious 9. So she got it, and now she's officially signed on. So good for her. Michelle Rodriguez rejoining Fast and Furious 9 after a female writer is hired. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire has been canceled in syndication, ending its 20-year TV run. We have the first trailer for His Dark Materials, which looks really, really good, coming to HBO. The Big Bang Theory had its series finale last week, and it drew 18 million viewers, marking a 3.5-year high for The Big Bang Theory. Sharon Stone and Marilyn Manson will guest star in HBO's new show, The New Pope. The Lonely Island's Akiva Schaffer is set to helm a Rescue Rangers movie. That's right. Like I said, the Mortal Kombat reboot movie is officially slated now to be released in 2021, which, like I said, it will start filming later this year. Nicholas Winding Refn and John Hillcoat are set to remake Witchfinder General. CW has announced that a new animated series focused on the villain Deathstroke is in development. Kevin Costner is set to return to directing with Western Saga. Wonder Woman 1984 director Patty Jenkins regrets having the release date pushed back. I watched a really cool video with her where she was like, when we started making it, we felt very time crunched and we asked to be pushed back to the summer of next year. So they did, and then she said now they're done making the movie, and she's putting it together, and she's watching an early cut of it, and she's beating herself up because she's like, man, I want to put this movie out right now. It's so good. I want everybody to see it, but we still got to wait another year. This really sucks. So I love that she's excited to get the movie out there to the world. I can't wait to see the first trailer. I wish they'd hurry up on that one, but man, I am stoked on that. Like I said, just confirming again, John Wick Chapter 4 set for release in 2021. Lionsgate officially broke that news just today, like I said, after eating up that great box office. Speaking of records, Game of Thrones series finale was last night, and it hit an all-time HBO record. 19.3 million viewers across all HBO platforms. Very, very, very cool. The new movie Breaking News in Yuba County has added Allison Janney and Mila Kunis to the cast. Penny Dreadful spinoff has just added Amy Madigan, Brent Spiner, and Lynn Shay to the cast. The Weir World is coming back here really soon to Facebook Watch, so keep an eye out for that. PlayStation has decided to take turning their games and the TV and movies into their own hands as PlayStation Productions has officially launched and by Sony, and they will be using them to adapt their video games for TV and film. So very cool, man. PlayStation Productions. McG. Director McG is developing a True Lies TV series for Disney Plus. So that's pretty awesome. I love True Lies, the Arnold Schwarzenegger classic. So good to see that they're doing something with that IP. The first trailer for Westworld Season 3 takes us into a future world. So you can check out that trailer right now. Early reactions to Disney's Aladdin claim that it is very fun. It is a surprisingly fun magic carpet ride. So for all the haters out there, it's actually getting some really good reviews. And that'll be hitting theaters this weekend. I love this news too. Falcon and the Winter Soldier is starting to ramp up. And Emily VanCamp is in talks to reprise her role as Sharon Carter. And so very, very cool there. Love to see her return. Daniel Bruhl also entered into negotiations today to possibly pick back up as his character Zemo. So we'll see what happens with that. Jason Mitchell from Showtime show The Chi has left the show amid allegations of inappropriate behavior. The show Humans has been canceled after 3 seasons. Joshua Jackson is going to be playing Reese Witherspoon's hubby in a new Hulu show, Little Fires Everywhere. Big Brother Season 21 is getting a premiere on June 25th, while the status of the celebrity editions is to be determined. And that, my friends, is all the news of the last week. That's right. So, getting through it in that nice half-hour-ish mark. I love it. And that's all you need to get caught up with the latest and greatest. Let's talk some box office and release dates. On Blu-ray and DVD tomorrow is going to be How to Train Your Dragon 3, The Hidden World, Isn't It Romantic, and The Upside. Funny thing is, I actually own all 3 of these movies, and I've had them for weeks because they come out early on digital. So if you're like Friggins and you're waiting for a disc, I don't know why you would do that, but it's out on disc tomorrow, or you could have had it for weeks already on digital. In theaters this Friday is going to be Aladdin, Brightburn, and Booksmart. So I definitely hope to see Brightburn this weekend, and then I will probably go with the family at some point to see Aladdin as well. So I'll probably have those 2 reviews for you next week. Here's your box office breakdown. Coming in number 10, it's Ugly Dolls with 1.6 mil. Number 9 is Palms with 2.1. Number 8 is The Sun Is Also a Star with 2.6. Number 7 is Long Shot with 3.4. Number 6 is The Intruder with 4 mil. Number 5 is The Hustle with 6.1. Number 4 is A Dog's Journey with 8 million. Number 3 is Pokemon Detective Pikachu with 24.8 mil. Number 2 is Avengers Endgame with 29.4 million. And number 1, like we talked about, John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum debuts at number 1 with $57 million. That is correct. And that is pretty damn awesome. So, with that being said, thank you everybody for tuning in and listening to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? Thank you so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining me on this weekly adventure to get you caught up in all the latest and greatest in entertainment news. Let's do some shout-outs, why don't we? Our official website is amiontheair.com. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/amiontheair. You can follow me on Twitter at amiontheair. You can follow me directly on Twitter at dxdonmega. Like I said, you can follow me on Stardust, and I'll follow you back. It's simply Don Mega, DONMEGA. Stardust is the app you download to watch the 30-second mini reviews. So do that. If you want to listen to the podcast, download, rate, and subscribe. If you're on iTunes, we got you on iTunes. Download, rate, and subscribe us. If iTunes ain't your thing, don't you worry. We're streaming all over the world. We're streaming on Spotify, on iHeartRadio, on Spreaker, on TuneIn, on Google Play. We're on Google Podcasts. We are all over the place. Check us out. Always streaming. We're on YouTube, so subscribe to us there, youtube.com/NYOnTheAir. We're on Instagram, search us NY on the Air there. And, of course, our great affiliates at reddragonsradio.com. Red Dragons Radio is an awesome website that has a bunch of different podcasts on it. So when you're there checking out one show, click on some of the other links and check out some of the other shows on the network. Follow on Twitter at Red Dragons Radio. Thank you, everybody, for joining me once again on this Monday, May the 20th. It is now crossed into the midnight hours, so it is now May the 21st. So, yeah, so look at that. We've crossed into a whole nother day while we recorded this show. I hope everybody has a great week. I hope you're all safe, happy, and healthy. Take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, y'all. Peace!
Bye, everybody.
Red Dragons!
Red Dragon.